Hi guys, it is Carol from Lily Rose Blue with Astrid coming to see you and talk with you today. This is a rose from my garden or my yard, and I can't turn it too much because I'll spill the water, but just a really fun little cut flower vase that probably isn't worth much at all, but just super handy for just a single little rose like that. Before I start talking and showing you things, I wanted to welcome a new subscriber, Hannah Levy. Hannah, I am so happy to have you join us here and to have you subscribe. So thank you so very much. I hope you enjoy today's video, which we'll just dedicate today. So I think in past videos, I have shared with you that my dad was a postmaster, and I don't know. He's been on my mind lately. It's been gone for, gosh, 42 years as of last month. But you know, I think we all have times when, you know, people who we've lost just are on our minds for some reason. And this is the patch that I remember him wearing the most on his shirts. They were light blue. What I remember the most is short-sleeved, but I'm sure he had long-sleeve shirts too. And you can see Post Office Department. It does not say Postal Service. It says Post Office Department. And I just got it in my head I needed to have a patch of this, and that, you know, it is on my list to make a journal of postal stuff in honor of him, and then probably another journal that's just postage, you know, airmail, postage, that kind of thing. So on eBay, I did find somebody who had 3 of these for sale at what I thought was a reasonable price. There were others who had these listed, and this was a really reasonable price. And while I was there, I found this as well. So I got this. So that was fun. That was my eBay purchase. And then I was on Temu. This is our birthday extravaganza month, June and July. One of my daughters, all 3 of my granddaughters, and my husband all have birthdays within a month of each other. And actually, a daughter and 3 granddaughters are all within a week of each other. So yeah, it's crazy. So I was on Temu doing a little birthday shopping for them, you know, just kind of fill-in kinds of things. And of course I saw stamps, and of course I purchased some stamps too. I would have shown you what I got for them, but on occasion, one grandchild in particular does watch my videos randomly, so I decided I better not show anything on here. So, which is cool. I mean, it's cool that they do. So here is the first, can you see? I think you can. This may be a time when this might be better to have a white background. Here we go. Here's a white background. So it's, you know, a dress form, and like the top of some tops of a spool of thread, fancy scissors, safety pin, some kind of a sewing notion thing, and then the card, you know, that the thread is wound around, another safety pin, and then a boutonniere pin. That's what I'm going to call it anyway. So that was this one. And then kind of to keep along that same theme, we have a vintage sewing machine, some other fancy scissors. I'm going to call this a tape measure. Another, you know, bustier kind of dress form thing. Another fancy safety pin, although more vintage looking. Some buttons, a pin cushion, spool of thread, some more pins. It says Taylor. And then just some fancy border stamps. Then, again, and I just want to say, Meg, thank you again for sharing your list of journals. I kind of feel guilty because I kind of feel like I guilted you into doing that. So at some point, I'm going to do some videos and I'm going to show you guys my multitude of gatherings of ephemera and supplies for various junk journals that I'm going to do. One of which will be a bee journal. I do have other bee stamps, but I saw this and I thought it was cool. Obviously a bee. If I turn it like this, you can see the bee better. Some bees on a honeycomb. And here is, oh, is it a skip or skiff? I'm close, but I don't know if I'm quite right about that. And I thought this was cool. The honey spoon, or the wooden dowel thing that honey drips from. And then here's a cute little honey jar. I just thought, this says Queen Bee. Here's some clover. I just thought this was cute and a little different than a couple of other bee stamps that I have. So there's that. And I will put that back in its plastic. I took it out because the sticker was right over where you couldn't really see the images. And same with, whoops, and I just ripped this package all together. Not good. And this is just a random kind of maybe grunge journal, or just stamps to add interest, you know, like collaging and building elements upon one another. You can kind of see all the little different date stamps that are just stamped on top of one another. 6 1/4 cents, claim check, fair 1 2 3 4, U.S. serial number, original unbroken packages only, handled with care, guaranteed to be strictly high grade, factory made for skill and amusement only, and then just a bunch of different I don't know if that's supposed to be like that. It actually, the print isn't here, but the stamp is intact. Luggage. I just thought it was cool. I just thought it was super cool. So I got that. So that was my eBay. So eBay and Temu purchase. Oops. The flip side of this is one of Angela's tutorials that I printed out, but it was a piece of white paper that I grabbed quickly, and it worked. That worked. Then, pardon me as I swivel and show you some things. This was a Goodwill haul from, oh gosh, at least a week ago. At least. just graph paper. But I love graph paper. I love to put graph paper in journals. Whether it's plain white like this or dyeing graph paper, I really like it. So I got a pack of that. Brand new pack, 88 cents. More binder cookbooks, and you guys know that I get them because I love making journals in this binder form. I like making journals in other forms as well, but particularly in this binder form. And it's got great tabs. It's got some good pictures that I could still utilize for more cookbook journals if I wanted to. Isn't that a fun graphic? This reminds me of the 70s. That's a fun graphic. See, doesn't this? It is not the 70s, I promise you. But yeah, you do kind of get that vibe, don't you? I may be onto something here. I love those colors. Absolutely a 70s vibe. So this is Cooking Light. So this is not that old. Let's see if I can find, yeah, 2010. 2010. So, but that's it's a cool size. It's just overall cool. Pardon my reach. I'm going to see if I can get this to work. Here is a Weight Watchers new complete cookbook. Again, notice the size. It's a binder. Same deal. Tabs. And these tabs, I don't think this book was ever used, honestly. These tabs are in like pristine shape. Oops, I keep missing the pictures. You know, there's some cool pictures, again, that could be used. But again, my primary purpose, so I might take some of these graphics out and use them for other purposes, but I got it for the binder book itself. And another Weight Watcher cookbook, binder cookbook, basically the same size. Now, these are just paper tabs, so they are not laminated, not plastic. So these, yeah, they're not going to hold up as well as something else. There's a nice picture. But yeah, this book is not quite as, what I'm going to say, as cool as the other two books. And then I got, oh, and I'm going to tell, I think we've been talking about and chatting in our comments about you have to be careful at Goodwill now because the books, hardback books, are not always $1.88 anymore. I ran into this a couple of times. So one of these was marked $1.88. The other two were not marked at all. I was concerned that I wasn't going to get to purchase it at all because I know some Goodwills are getting really picky about not letting you purchase if you don't, if there's no price. So I took them up, and there was this really, he's been there before. This clerk I really like. He's a cool guy. And I said, you know, these two aren't marked. And I said, this one's $1.88. What do you think? And he goes, oh, I'll charge you $1.88 for these also. And I'm like, okay, great. And I kind of felt like I got a deal, like maybe I got away with something. So, oh, sorry, I can't get this open. So, I was happy with that. So this book was $2.88, and you can see that they realized that this was something a little bit more than, or different than what they usually have. This is called The Modern Family Cookbook by Meta Given, M-E-T-A-G-I-V-E-N. I have not opened this yet. You saw me struggling to, or you heard me open this. That's the kind of the dimensions. So this has got some age to it. 1942, 1953, 1958. And this has been a little well loved. A little. The bind, guys, I did post one horse show video. So one of our grandchildren competed in a horse show today. It's one of the reasons why, we're all about the horses. If you've watched my channel, I collect a lot of horse ephemera. I got some really, really cool video. I was so upset. I mean, I got the cool video, and I'm glad about that. I was upset, however, because this was a practice show, essentially. The fair is at the end of July, and there's some other competitive shows coming up too. So they had music blaring out of the speakers out at the fairgrounds, and there was no way I could have even done a voiceover. So I was going to get a strikeout or whatever you call that, and gotten in trouble by the YouTube police. So I unfortunately was not able to post them, and there were some really cool action videos, particularly of the grandchild and Tootsie the Wonder Horse weaving through the poles. And I wanted, that one was so cool, guys, but oh well. And I have to tell you, I got my first horse bite today. There's my little blood blister right here. It was totally my fault. It was not Tootsie's fault. Tootsie can have a tood, but she was a sweetheart today. Probably the biggest sweetheart that she's ever been, actually. She let me, tuck my arm underneath her neck and love up on her and pet her. Now, there might have been a couple of treats involved there, not going to lie, but in the past, even when there's been treats involved, I've kind of gotten the cold shoulder sometimes. But today, she really was kind of all about Grandma. But she has this tendency to not want to drink water when she's at a show. She only likes the water at the barn where she lives. So I was trying to coax her into drinking some water, and I had, water cupped in my hand, and I had been giving her a treat, and she went to bite because she thought I had a treat, and she got me. Not her fault. My fault. So here's, you might have saw as I was flipping through, each month in this book, they have a week's guide using seasonal foods and thrifty, balanced menus. Kind of fun, and it just lays everything out for you, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And some cool pictures. It's kind of cool. Food for children. What? No pumpkin pie for the younger generation? Not even on Thanksgiving? But the youngsters won't feel slighted if you bake some of the pumpkin custard filling for them in custard cups and dress it up with some dainty special garnish so that they can have their very own dessert on the great day. This is just one of many suggestions you'll find in this chapter for fitting the family's regular menus into Junior's measure to his benefit and yours. Feeding the preschool child, feeding the school child. Easy mix cookie bars, stretching the food dollar. Oh, The Food Shopper's Creed. Stretching the food dollar is part of my responsibility. The health of my family is in my care. My family's enjoyment of food is my responsibility. Purchasing food is an important link in the business of feeding my family. Whew, there's some heavy-duty guilt kind of going on there, if you ask me. Beverages. So then you have the recipes. The titles are in black, but then the recipes themselves are actually printed in red ink. So I did buy this book on faith because it was, you know, hermetically sealed, as we joke in our family when something is sealed up like that. So that, yeah, there is some damage here, but it's kind of cool. I'm not sad that I got it. Then, and I know it's already 21. You know what? I think what I'm going to do is make this into 2 videos because I've got another whole bag of stuff. So I think what I'm going to do is sign off for this video and make another video for you. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to go over and check out Sherry at Turquoise Dreaming. She is our master collaborator for Thrifty Thursday. And check out Dale at Not Too Shabby Chic for Thrifty Finds. I just recently watched a video of Dale's, and I just was laughing out loud. She can be so funny, and I just appreciated it, and it was so needed. So thank you, Dale, if you're watching. So again, thank you, Hannah, for becoming a subscriber. I appreciate that. Hit like, hit subscribe if you're new to the channel and you haven't subscribed yet. Come back and see part 2 of this video. Astrid says thank you for watching, and you guys take care. Bye-bye.